The Hunger Games Catching Fire begins a few months after Katniss Everdeen and Peeta Mellark have returned home safely from winning the 74th annual Hunger Games.
Enjoy it, Katniss. You've earned it. By killing people.
However, a sense of rebellion against the oppressive capital is simmering among the districts.
What? The people were what?
They were fighting back.
What's happening?
After the events of Katniss and Peeta's first games, unrest and protests are on display in many districts over the course of their victory tour, as Katniss sparks the rebellion in the districts against the oppression of the capital that they are faced with a massive crackdown led by local peacekeepers.
Please leave him alone!
Political oppression is the exercise of power by dominating agents to create political, social, and economic barriers that are maintained by force and fear, and that advance the interests of the oppressors at the expense of the oppressed.
Ripper! I'm gonna get you out of here.
What about them? Who protects them?
The Universal Declaration of Human Rights guarantees that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights, while in its preamble states that whereas it is essential that human rights should be protected by the rule of law, if people are not to be compelled to have recourse at last resort, they must rebel against tyranny and oppression.
How can we live like this? How can anybody live like this?
It's not living.
This year, the sudden attention to the World Cup in Qatar has been scrutinized for the many violations of human rights. In fact, Qatar's authorities repress freedom of expression, where both Qatari citizens and migrants have been arbitrarily detained after criticizing the government and sentenced following unfair trials. Also, there's no freedom of the press and association for migrant workers as they remain barred from forming and joining trade unions. For instance, in August 2022, hundreds of migrant workers were arrested and deported by state authorities after protesting on the streets of Doha.
We have seen a high number of relatively young and healthy migrant workers who are dying for unknown reason.
Catching Fire presents a society where the rich enjoy many luxuries while the other classes are repressed, persecuted, and expected to work in questionable conditions.
People are starving in 12. Here they're just throwing it out to stuff more in.
Unfortunately, this is not far away from the reality in Qatar. We must remember that these are human beings who deserve to be treated fairly, and we cannot forget to keep fighting until everybody can enjoy all their basic human rights.
Since the last games, something's different.
What can you see?
Hope.